We have here the new Tarmac SL8 Pro in a size 49 in SRAM version, weighing at 16 pounds 6 ounces. I'm not shaking, you're shaking. 7.37 kilos. Stay tuned after the video. We are free to buy contest on those DT Swiss 350s right there. Also, before we get into today's video, quick shout out to Epic Cycles here in Delray. I will put a link to where the store is. This bicycle is available and in stock in a size 49. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Hey everybody, GC Performance here, back with another video, and today I have for you guys the 2024 Specialized Tarmac SL8 Pro in the SRAM Force Axis version. This bike is a size 49 and it weighs in right at 16 pounds 6 ounces with deep dish aero wheels, and retails $8,500. The good thing about what Specialized did this year is that they offer this bike in a SRAM version and also a Shimano version. So now there's a preference, a dealer's choice, if you will, for what the consumer likes, no matter if you like a SRAM shifter or a Shimano shifter better. And the good thing is also that both versions give you a power meter option on there as well. SRAM being a cork power meter, and then the Shimano Ultegra version being a, I believe, a 4i version as well. So now you're not having to pick and choose back in the old days with the 2021s. The SRAM version came with the power meter, the Shimano version did not. Now in 2024 or 2023, whatever year this is, you're getting a power meter for both. But price point on this bike is $8,500. This is a bicycle that can literally do anything. It can compete at a top tier level. It can ride casual leisure rides. You can go ahead and race for crit races. Whatever you want to do, this bicycle will perform. This used to be called a mid-tier group set, but now everyone's calling it a more high-tier group set because of the location. But being where SRAM Force is, it's one step underneath Red, one step above Rival, and this is still considered a mid-tier group set. But this is a new updated Force with the updated chain rings, the updated front derailleur, the updated shifter ergonomics as well, with them being a little bit smaller. And I gotta say, the color schematics on here is gorgeous. The little rainbow flare, the touches they add all over this bike are very, very nice. The SL8 is the newest iteration of the Tarmac model. It was an upgrade from the SL7. Some key features on this frame is that the SL8 Pro frame now weighs 780 grams, which is still lighter than an SL7 S-Works frame set. The SL7 S-Works frame set that came in last year was 800 grams. This is now, what they proclaim is 780 grams. They say that with this new speed sniffer cone on here, and the front being more aerodynamic, and also with this front fork as well, that is 16.6 seconds faster, over 45 kilometers than the Tarmac SL7. They say it's 33% more stiffer than with its stiffness to weight ratio over the SL7, and also 6% more comfortable for vertical compliance. So the bicycle, they say, is just all around overall better. They did do some crazy changes to it as well. They made the seat post, a new seat post is proprietary, much more thinner. The seat stays are thinner, the chain stays are thinner, the bottom bracket's thinner as well. But yes, they also changed the headset spacers, but the bearings inside of here are exactly the same. So we'll go over this whole bicycle, but overall, the bicycle, they made the changes for the better. And all the feedback I've been getting from every rider out there, from newbies, beginners, intermediate, and also really fast Cat 1, Cat 2 guys, is that they do notice an overall stiffer feeling bike while riding, which is a good thing, because some people said the SL7 was quote-unquote mushy. Some people. So you get a better power transfer ratio. You get a better pleasure experience riding when you're putting down pedals or power to the pedals as well. And I haven't felt this yet, so this is just what they're saying. But I'm still waiting to go ahead and get my hands on one as well. So I'm excited to see what it is. But anyways, guys, let's go over this whole bicycle and we will see how it performs. So starting off with the cockpit on here, we have the handlebar stem integration. They're using the Tarmac SL7 basically stem and also handlebars that came on the SL7 on the SL8. If you are to buy a Pro or an S-Works frame set on there, you will still get the option of having the SL7 spacers or the SL8 spacers to fit onto this bike. This speed sniffer cone in the front is much more predominant with the SL7 spacers. You can definitely see it's more pronounced, but the SL8 goes all the way out to the front. So on the 49, you're getting here an SL7 stem included with its out front Garmin mounts, where you can use a Garmin, a Wahoo, or whatever you like on here. Also at the bottom, you can also have a Garmin Lights or a GoPro or whatever you like on there. For the handlebar here, it's the Revol Rapide in a size 38. For the size 49, you do get equipped with Supercaz Kush bar tape as well to be a little bit more comfortable. And then for the shifters on the front, it's a SRAM Force Axis shifters, wireless shifting. The only cables attached to this bicycle are going to be hydraulic disc brake calipers right there and right there in the back. But again, I do like the rainbow tint to it. It looks really good. I think if you bought this bike, and you want to make it look really poppy, get the Sram red cassette, the rainbow cassette, and the rainbow chain on there, and this all black bike would just pop. Boy, the hell? I think I just blacked out for a second. Again, the cool thing about this bicycle is that it's the same way to feature a SL7 as the SL8, is that the cables are ran in front of these spacers, so that way you're able to go ahead and break away these spacers, lower the steer just like you see right here. So that way it's a little bit easier to adjust your fit. If you want to change out your stem on the Pro model, it's very easy. Just change out your stem. And again, you don't have to bleed any brakes or doing extra work to it, so that way you can get adjusted to your fit how you like to. Going down to the front, we can definitely see this big old nose right here on this speed sniffer. I actually like this speed sniffer. Now, everyone, when a new bike comes out, they always hate on it. No matter what, people always hate on this stuff. Maybe because of the fact that I sell it, or maybe because of the fact that I see it all the time. I'm much more welcoming to change. I don't mind it. I don't just sit there and bash it right away. I actually like to see it for a little bit and be like, okay, I have a good opinion on it now. I'll definitely say it's much more noticeable once up there. I think the best looking one is when you have the one-piece bar and stem Revolve Rapide and it's slammed. It looks like a Venge from the front. It looks amazing. But I really don't mind it. I don't think it looks bad at all. For the wheels, we have the Revolve Rapide CL wheels. These are not anything new to the lineup. These are the CL2s. They are a tubeless ready wheel that you can run on there. It's still a clincher, so it has a hooked rim channel on there, so you can run a high tire pressure. You're not limited to what tire you can run there. So you can run either tubes or tubeless. It comes with a DT Swiss 350 hub, and the spokes are going to be rounded, whereas the CLX are going to be a bladed spoke. On here you get a S-Works tire, 700 by 26C tire. These are tubeless ready as well, I believe. You know what? I don't know that. Don't quote me on that. Just look up on Specialized.com, because they do make this exact same tire in a tubeless version and tubeless and a non-tubeless version. So I don't know. It has tubes in it as is. Going over to the other side, we have on here the center lock rotor, the Sram Force 160mm rotor in the front. And like I mentioned in all my videos, the new SL8 Tarmac can only take a 160mm rotor in the front. It cannot go to a 140. This is a proprietary mount that Specialized has made for this fork specifically to go ahead and make it lighter weight. And the fact of that is that you cannot flip this like a regular Shimano mount. You cannot flip this like a SRAM mount. You have to use this mount with a caliper. And so that's the reason why you can only use a 160. You can't use a 140. These are also lighter weight through axles that come on the Specialized Ethos. So again, these are not your standard through axles. They are the same dimensions to go ahead and run it. So if you do want to put a different through axle on there, you can. But these are lighter weight than the stock skewers. You have the Specialized logo going all the way down to the bottom. And then you have the BSA threaded bottom bracket that you can see right there. It is a SRAM dub bottom bracket that is a BSA threaded version. Going over to this other side, we can see here it's a nice matte black paint job with a beautiful white logo going all the way down, right down to the bottom bracket where you go ahead and put the most power out. On here we have a SRAM Force crank with a carbon fiber crank arm. You have the brand new updated 4835 all black chainrings, which look really nice with a cork dual-sided power meter. The all black chainrings I think are a nicest touch to this bike. They really took the SRAM Force group set and took a dull looking group set to make it look extremely premium and worth the price point. You have the updated SRAM Force front derailleur, which they say helps with better shifts going up and down the big chainring. And then this frame is a 10R carbon frame set as well. The Expert and the Pro frame set are all going to be 10R carbon. The only frame that's going to be a different carbon is going to be a 12R, and that just stands for, the R stands for road, and this stands for the layup of what they use. So it's going to be a little bit heavier than the proclaimed weights. Just to give you guys an example, this 10R frame set alone is proclaimed at 780 grams, whereas the S-Works is going to be proclaimed at 685 grams. I am just a book of knowledge. Question me on stuff. I don't know how to even perform macaroni and cheese in my house. Water bottle bolts right here. Boom, boom, boom. 3 slots just in case you want to have different placement for your water bottle. You have Specialized logos here, and then also right here. I have mentioned this before, and I also ran into an issue with this already. This is going to be, so it stops the bottle, this bolt from going deep inside of here. The reason why, deep inside of here. The reason why is because on this new seat post, if you're running a Shimano battery, this seat post is so thin, it cannot go inside of the seat post. So now the battery actually hangs down lower to right here, and it clamps onto the bottom of the seat post. Issue is that if you want to run a really low seat post, you hit this battery. So I have ran into this already. We have already fixed the solution, but keep in mind, there are issues to arise. SRAM Force chain, SRAM Force cassette in the back, a 1033. SRAM Force rear derailleur, rear rear battery, front battery. Batteries are interchangeable in upright rock position. You can go ahead and swap these at your leisure. Going to the rear, we have on here a Revolve Rapide CL again wheel set. 51mm deep dish wheel, 60mm deep dish wheel. They are staggered. This is also wider. External rim width is about 35 mils, which is in the back is a little bit thinner. They said they want to give this rim width a little bit more width because of the fact that it gives the tire more spread on the ground, which gives you better descending controls. You still have the same exact DT Swiss 350 rear hub, rounded spokes. And then on this other side again, Sram will always be known to run a 160-160 combo. Shimano usually runs a 160 combo, 140 rear. This is a 160-160. I don't know why Sram Force does it. If you ever did want to change this out to a 140 in the rear, you can go ahead and remove that adapter right there and just run that directly onto the frame and put a 140mm rotor on there. We do have these beautiful Specialized logos right there, right here, right there, right here, right there. And then we have, you can see right here, much more skinnier Tarmac logo, much more skinnier Tarmac back, much more skinnier S-Works proprietary C-post. And then for the saddle on here, we have a Specialized Power Expert saddle, titanium rails, plastic body, proprietary rubber cap, and then a proprietary 4mm C-post wedge that's tightened to 6.2 millimeters. But that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, it's actually really cool. I bought this microphone. I'm gonna stick it to my truck like this. That way when I do the free buy contest, I can get a good, bro, I'm a genius, man. This is really cool. Shout out to DJI for not sending me this for free. Shout out to myself for buying this. I'm the real MVP here. All right, so we have here the Revolve Rapide CL wheel with a DT Swiss 350 hub. Let's go ahead and get a free buy contest on it right now.